Hey everybody, I'm Doodlebricks, or you can just call me Kavi, and welcome to the latest LEGO News Flash. So just revealed was set number 71742 Overlord Dragon from Ninjago Legacy. I cannot explain my excitement for this set. This got revealed by Ninja Whip, just like the other day. It was literally revealed when just after I posted my first video on here, and oh my god, I am so ecstatic about this. Now, there are many reasons that I'm ecstatic about this, but one of those many reasons is I have been waiting for this set to be made for so long now. I have been waiting for this set since I think it was 2013. That is a long time. So taking a closer look at it, I don't think they chose the best photo for the main box art. It's taken from a bit of a weird angle and gives the dragon a bit of a strange shape. But if you go to the very last photo, the back of the box, then that shows the shape of it a lot more clearly, and it looks so much better like that. One of the first things I'm noticing is it comes with an accurate Legacy Overlord figure, which excites me so much. We have had an Overlord Legacy minifigure before, but it was a strange mix of the Overlord from the final battle and the Overlord from Rebooted. So it wasn't accurate to either, which was quite annoying. But now they've given us, from what I can tell, a almost basically perfectly accurate version, and that's really exciting. They have the ghost leg piece, which is much better than the original printing on the skirt piece that they used for the original Overlord. It has the golden printing for like the armor on the chest, which looks fantastic from what I can see. It has the right helmet. I can't quite see the face, but the face print seems to be a different one from the first Overlord figure, but from what I can see, it looks fantastic. And the shoulder armor is not accurate, but it works. Moving on to the dragon, I have to be honest, I'm a bit torn on the set. I knew it was going to be a $30 set, so I expected it to be smaller, but to be honest, it's bigger than I expected looking at the photos. Now, I'm torn on this set because, for one, I've wanted this set for so long. For some reason, they were gonna send off Ninjago without making the final battle set. I don't know, but I've waited for it for so long, and it's now become a thing. But at the same time, I don't know if they've really done it justice. I'm not super happy with the wings situation. The wings are made up of 3 blade pieces in purple, which it's cool to get those pieces in purple. I'm not sure if we've gotten them in that color before, but I really expected them to use some kind of vinyl or fabric material for the wings. The reason being, Wu's Battle Dragon, a $20 dragon set, had vinyl wings that came with it that really fleshed it out and made it feel more like wings, because it was a piece of shaped plastic that went on the wings and it made it look so much better, and that was a $20 set. This is $10 more, and it doesn't come with that. The only reason I think that it doesn't come with that is because they gave it, I think that's 2 new molds for the head, and that's one of the redeeming qualities about this. I am so happy that they gave this a properly molded head rather than made it brick built. While I do enjoy brick built dragon heads, I've really felt like at this scale it would be very hard to capture the shape of the Overlord Dragon's head. It's a very unique shape, and I didn't really feel that you'd be able to capture the shape of it with bricks unless it was a much bigger set. So I think they did okay with it. Now, saying that, the head isn't perfect. The Overlord Dragon's head, or face, now whatever you want to call it, was a lot rounder and a little bit shorter from what I remember. This one is, the head from this set is longer and more pointed at the end. But the fact that they got the teeth right, I really appreciate, and that redeems it a lot for me. Speaking of the teeth though, that's another downer about the set. They're golden. I don't know why they're golden, but they're golden. They're not golden in the scene. Well, at all really. They're a grayish, silverish color. So I don't really know why they put gold into the teeth. That's really the thing that upsets me the most about the set, I think, because the rest of the set I can modify. I can't modify that because those are molded into the head. So that's probably my biggest complaint about the set, that they gave it golden teeth for some odd reason. Besides the fact that the teeth are golden and the wings are kind of lackluster, I feel like this is a pretty solid set. Figure-wise, it could have come with Evil Nia, but I really didn't expect them to do that. So I'm not disappointed figure-wise. I think the Overlord figure, as I said, is incredibly accurate, and surprisingly, the Golden Lloyd figure is more accurate than the original Golden Lloyd figure that came out in 2013. Reason being, the scene that this set is based off of, where Lloyd is fighting the Overlord dragon, Lloyd has a yellow face. However, the figure of him has a golden face. Now, that's inaccurate, but it didn't really bother me because it still looked good. When they remade the golden Lloyd figure, he also had a golden face, which still I didn't mind because it was accurate to the original golden Lloyd figure. But in this set, he has a yellow face, and that's more accurate than the original, so that's really exciting to me. Now, going back to the dragon, I think it's pretty good besides, the teeth and the wings, of course. It's shaped quite well, and I think this is the closest color they could have gotten to the original one. This navy blue color mixed with the purple. It's not the most accurate, but it's the most accurate in LEGO's color palette, so I really appreciate that they did that. While it does have a few bits of gold on it, besides the teeth, it doesn't really bother me because I can simply take those off. The other thing I really appreciate about this set is that it's not gimmicky. The only gimmick that the set has is that it has a swishing tail, and that doesn't really bother me. Besides that, it has no other gimmicks. Everything is just very poseable, and I am so happy about that. The neck is connected to the body, and so is the head, with ball joints, so you can pose it a ton. The wings are connected to the body with ball joints, so you can put those in a bunch of different positions. The wings don't have elbows? I don't really know what you'd call that part. I guess it's an elbow. They don't have those, but didn't really expect that. And it doesn't really have hands, so I didn't really expect that. But the legs seem to be attached to the body with ball joints as well. And the feet are also attached with ball joints. Now those ones seem to be limited ones, so they can only go back and forth. But I don't mind that. And it's just super poseable, and I'm really happy about that. I'm so glad that they didn't give the set some kind of weird gimmick that just messed with the posing of it. Going back to the head of the dragon, while I'm still torn on it, I like it more than I don't like it, especially because the way that they molded the teeth is super accurate to the show. Besides the color, of course, it looks like they stick out like the original dragon did, and it seems like when you close the mouth, they interlock like the original dragon, so I'm so glad that they got that right. Although this set isn't the most accurate to the scene it appeared in, it could still be less accurate, so I'm really happy that they got right what they got right. As much as I'm torn on this set between the good things and the bad things and the accuracy, I still love it no matter what. It's so much better than not having this set at all, and I'm so grateful that LEGO finally did this, especially for Ninjago's 10-year anniversary, which is right around the corner. And while it is at a smaller scale than I'd like, it's okay, because I can buy more of these. I'd love to get 2, and 3 if I even could. 1 to keep sealed, 1 to modify, and 1 just to have as the set. Overall, even though it's not the perfect set or the perfect representation of the scene, it's still amazing, and I am so happy that it is a thing. I will definitely be picking it up, and I think it's a good set overall. I've come to the realization that Ninjago Legacy, as much as it's remakes of old sets, it's also reimaginings. So it's not going to all be accurate, but it's still going to have the soul of the original set. Speaking of that though, the Overlord Dragon was never a set, and that's why this set excites me so much. This opens so many more possibilities for Ninjago Legacy. Reason being, Ninjago Legacy has always been remakes or reimaginings of hero builds, so their vehicles, their dragons, locations that relate to the heroes, and all that kind of stuff. From what I remember, we have never had a proper Ninjago Legacy villain set. And now that they've done one, I'm really hoping that this opens the doors for them to do more, remaking things like the Fang Pirate Truck, the Great Devourer, Garmadon's Dark Fortress, and so many other iconic villain builds. The other exciting thing is that this is a Ninjago Legacy set that is based off of a scene from the show, but not something that was a set originally, and this is super exciting. This opens the doors to possibly having Ninjago Legacy sets of vehicles or places that we never originally got as sets. The main set that comes to mind for me is that four-armed mech that Garmadon had in the final battle season. It was never named, and it didn't have a huge part in the show, but it was still very iconic, at least in my eyes, and very cool looking, and I think a lot of people would love it. Another great example is the Serpentine train that was originally planned to be a set, but they cancelled it. Who knows? They could even make that into a Legacy set. It was a pretty big scene in the show, and for some reason, the set got cancelled. These two things excite me just about as much as the set does. But I want to know, what are your opinions about this? What do you think about the possibilities of getting remakes of sets that we never got before, and getting remakes of villain vehicles? Are you excited about it? Do you not care about it? And how do you feel about the set? Are the handful of inaccuracies a deal breaker for you, or do you not care about them as much? Or are you like me, where you're kind of torn on it? Have you been a fan since the beginning, or have you just recently gotten into it but watched the earlier seasons and enjoyed them? That's it for this LEGO News Flash, and I'll see you all later. Doodle Bricks, out.